Hi everyone, I am Dr. Sahitya. Welcome back to my channel Punisha. So today in this video we are going to learn about the digestive system. So this digestive system it is very essential system in our body. The main system which promotes or which helps in leading a life. Ante enti ante the food what we take. So the intake of food what we take, that is break down into smaller particles. So through digestion these nutrient substances are absorbed into the body. On an average we can take 1 kg of solid diet and 1 to 2 liters of liquid diet every day. Daily activities what we do, we get energy from the food what we take in. So processing of food and which organs are involved in this video we are going to see. So now coming to the functions of the digestive system. So mana digestive system anandi, what are the functions it can do ante, the first is ingestion or consumption of the food substances and breaking them into smaller particles. So manam తీసుకున్న food as it is it cannot be absorbed through our body, right? So manam తీసుకున్న food ni small particles కింద break down చేయాలి. So that is the function of the digestive system. So the food intake and digestion, absorption and the removal. So all these functions are performed by the gastrointestinal tract. So now we are going to see the organs or the structures of a body which constitute the gastrointestinal tract. So in GI tract anindi, it has two types of organs. Those are primary digestive organs and accessory digestive organs. So primary digestive organs enti ante which actually or which directly involved in the digestion system. So ee primary digestive organs enti ante mouth, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and the large intestine. So these are the organs in which the actual digestion takes part. And now coming to the accessory digestive organs. So ee accessory digestive organs enti ante organs which help in the primary digestive organs. So digestion process lo these accessory organs anevi they help the primary digestive organs for digestion. So now coming to the accessory digestive organs, these are teeth, tongue, salivary glands, exocrine part of the pancreas, liver and the gallbladder. So these are the accessory digestive organs which helps for the digestion. And now coming to the wall of the gastrointestinal tract. So manaki ee gastrointestinal tract from starting from the mouth to the anus, layers of this GI tract are as follows.
So in general the GI tract is formed of 4 layers. So the innermost layer is mucus layer, the next layer is submucous layer, and the third layer is muscular layer, and the fourth is serous or the fibrous layer. So from the inner to outside, that is mucus, submucous, muscular and the serous or fibrous layers. So mucus layer is the innermost layer of the GI tract. So it has 3 parts, that is epithelial lining, lamina propria and the muscularis mucosa. So the next layer is the submucous layer. So in the mouth and the pharynx we don't have the submucous layer, and this submucous layer lo we can see the blood vessels, that is which supply to our GI tract. Blood vessels, lymphatic vessels and the nerve plexus are present in this layer. So the next layer is the muscular layer. So in this muscular layer we have 2 types of muscle fibers, that is smooth muscle and the skeletal muscle fibers. So ఈ skeletal muscle fibers enti ante which we can do voluntarily, they are attached to our skeletal system, and smooth muscle fibers are those fibers which can do the involuntary works. We don't have to think. So in that regions we have this smooth muscle fibers. So in the stomach and the intestines we have smooth muscle fibers, and in the lips, cheeks and the wall of pharynx we have the skeletal muscle fibers, and in esophagus we have both skeletal as well as smooth muscle fibers. So the outermost layer is the serous or the fibrous layer. In the stomach and the intestines, that is small and the large intestine, we have this serous membrane, and in the pharynx and the esophagus we have fibrosa membrane. So these are the layers of the gastrointestinal tract.
We have seen the organs which are useful for the digestion. Now going into detail, first we are going to discuss about the mouth. The functional anatomy of the mouth is,
so mouth or also known as oral cavity or the buccal cavity, and it is formed by cheeks, lips and the palate, and inside the mouth we have teeth, tongue and the salivary glands.
We have salivary glands which secretes the saliva. We have major salivary glands and minor salivary glands, parotid, submaxillary and the sublingual salivary glands. And the minor salivary glands are lingual mucus glands, lingual serous glands and the buccal glands. So these are the, and also the labial glands. These are the minor salivary glands. And now coming to the classification of the salivary glands.
Salivary glands are classified into serous, mucus and mixed glands. Serous glands are made up of the serous cells, and these glands secretes thin and watery saliva. Parotid and the lingual glands are serous type, and mucus glands enti ante they secrete thick saliva, and lingual and buccal palatal glands are made up of mucus glands. So mixed type of salivary glands enti ante they are made up of both serous as well as the mucus cells. Submandibular, sublingual and the labial glands are mixed type of salivary glands.
We are going to see about the properties. So what are the properties and composition of the saliva?
So coming to the volume, daily we have 1000 ml to 1500 ml of saliva secretion, and it is slightly acidic in nature. pH value is 6.35 to 6.85, and the composition of the saliva 99.5% is made up of water, and the remaining 5% is, and remaining 0.5% is solids.
So we have seen mouth, salivary glands. Now we are going to see about the stomach. So abdominal cavity lo stomach lies in the left side. Abdominal cavity ki thorax ki madhyalo we have a diaphragm. So just below the diaphragm to the left side the stomach is placed, and stomach is a hollow organ which is situated just below the diaphragm. So volume of the empty stomach is 50 milliliters, and it can accommodate up to 1 liter to 1.5 liters of solids and the liquids, and also it is capable of expanding up to 4 liters. So now coming to the parts of the stomach. So every organ in our body, for a better understanding, it is divided into different parts. So in the same way stomach is also divided into cardiac region, fundus, body or the corpus and the pyloric region. As I already said, the layers of the GI tract, in the same way the stomach has an outer serous layer, muscular layer, submucous and the inner mucus layer. These are the layers of the stomach. So outermost layer is the serous, the next is muscular layer, the next is submucous, and the innermost layer is mucus layer. So these are the layers of the stomach. I am giving a very brief introduction in this video. In the further videos I will discuss in detail. So now coming to the small intestine. The small intestine is a part of the GI tract extending from the pyloric sphincter of the stomach to the ileocecal valve. So this is known as, or this we call it as small intestine, from the end of the stomach to the starting of the large intestine. That is, when compared to large intestine, small intestine is smaller in diameter, but it is longer than the large intestine. The length of the small is bigger than the large intestine, but in diameter it is smaller, so we call it as small intestine. The length of the small intestine is 6 meters. And now coming to the large intestine. So large intestine is, we call it as in other name as a colon, which extends from the ileocecal wall, means the part in which the small intestine ends. So that is ileocecal wall up to the anus, we call it as large intestine. This is a very brief introduction to the digestive system. In detail I will make another video. So how the food is taken in, how it is absorbed and how it is digested, and how the waste products of the body are removed out. So all these things I will discuss in a later video. I will giving a very brief introduction about the GI tract. So this is all about GI tract, gastrointestinal tract. If you have any doubts you can comment me below. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.